we want to make it a surprise. So I won't show the sweet corn until we get there. Alright, here's the sweet corn. Wilson, stand inside your sweet corn and see how tall it is. Wow. Pretty tall sweet corn. When did you plant this? Maybe a week after the Ford ride video. Okay. So that, I'll have to get a date for that. Yeah. Well, I haven't really done anything to this. I've just kind of left it, basically planted it, came here a couple of weeks after, weeded it, then come back and this is what it looks like. Good corn. And then, over here is my second seed. It's getting kind of tall too. Neighbors putting golf balls in my field. So you're putting golf balls in Dad's field. And then, stuff's knee-high, I would
almost
say.
Let's say boot.
Yeah, Lydia's rubber boot. That's good, yeah. And then, I guess I haven't showed you my pumpkin yet. Nope, and we'll keep that a surprise too, because he's got a gigantic pumpkin.
Mine's not that big yet.
Yeah, Lydia's isn't incredibly huge yet, but that's okay.
I have more variety of plants.
So?
And it's not so far away from the house.
This is Wilson's pumpkin. One pumpkin.
This is one of those pumpkins.
With how many buds?
It already has, what, 6, 7 buds for pumpkins.
Good
Wilson,
pumpkin.
This is one of the pumpkin plants that grows that can grow up to 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So this is a big pumpkin plant.
It'll grow up to 200 pounds, each pumpkin here.
What's this corn over here?
Indian corn.
Indian corn?
Indian colored corn.
What do you do with that?
Thanksgiving, just colored red, purple, blue.
Do you eat it?
No, you don't eat it. It's decoration.
Nice. Where'd you get that hoe?
Christmas. Got this for Christmas from my mom and dad, along with a 4-inch mini tester, which my mom is using that in her garden. And I guess I didn't show you my first bud on my pumpkin. My dad just came out here last night in the cool of the evening, and he came out here with the rototiller. You could see down at that end of the garden, and he just rototilled away here. I'm thinking how long that took. When we got inside, it was about 8:30, 8:15, around in there. But we left right after milking, which was 6:45 or so. And then, I didn't show you my mom's stuff, which is down at this end of the garden. First off, my mom has a row of melons down here.
I didn't even know this was here.
My dad ran through one with the rototiller last night. Looks like it's still living there. Wow, I'm surprised. Rototiller didn't take out the melon. Oh, that's surprising. But then my mom just has 2 different varieties of squash in here.
marked by fence posts, so we don't rototill through it, and so we don't drive through it.
And so I don't hole up Mom's plants.
Mhm.
Because I'm only good with telling what's really corn.
Yeah.
Because corn, you know, it gets taller and you can tell what it is. But this stuff kind of looks like what my pumpkin started as. But now my pumpkin's sure spraying out.
Yeah.
Then I was just telling my dad, we were standing right about here, and then looking from the and I told him, you know the last video we did, and then a video we're probably going to do tomorrow, which is this video. Just look at how much has changed in the garden ever since the 4-dried video, when it was just this. There was nothing planted in it.
Mhm.
Hadn't even been rototilled once. We've rototilled this garden before, just a while ago. Then I was just staying back there by where the rototiller is now, and I said, now look at what it was from the first rototilling. It was a hot day, and my first seeding of sweet corn was all that's there, and it was only about as high as my second seeding of sweet corn.
Well, thanks for the tour, Wilson. I won't take up any more of your time.
Okay, I gotta go keep pulling.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome to our vegetable garden. We're going to give you a quick tour here for those who would like to see it. Also, it's a nice opportunity even for my folks out in New Hampshire to see what's going on in the garden. My dad is an avid gardener, although at this point in life he doesn't have as much time that he can put into it anymore. I was never an avid gardener. Have done some things in the past. The last 3 summers haven't had time with working full time. But we're actually trying to potentially sell some vegetables this year, which is really what has spurred me to work harder than I have for several years. So we'll start right here, kind of in the northeast corner. What looks like carrots is actually some dill for dill pickles, hopefully some dill green beans too. Moving south here, we have several rows of radishes. In this first row, there's also some kale mixed in, and then we have some lettuce mixed in here, some lettuce and carrots actually mixed in here, some more lettuce and carrots mixed into that row of radishes, and some spinach coming up here, which I'm a little disappointed with the germination of the spinach, but we'll try to put some more in. Then we've got cauliflower, some sage plants that were given to me, more cauliflower, another row of radishes with some little bit of spinach coming up, then a row of broccoli. That kind of takes care of this section. Stepping further south, the petunias are for beautification, but actually petunias are also really good to have in your garden. They're supposed to help with some pest control, I think, with your cucurbit crops or brasilicas. Don't know if these are having any effect on that or not, but they're pretty to look at. Cabbage plants that my father-in-law gave to me. Another row of petunias, obviously. And then we get kind of down into the tomato and pepper patch. This year I'm trying to stake most of the tomatoes, although I've not done a great job of pruning the tomato plants, so we'll see how it goes. When you stake your tomatoes instead of using cages, you should have one main stem going up the center. And unfortunately on a lot of mine, I'm going to have 2 main stems, but we'll see how it goes. Marigolds are also very good for pest control. Of course, they look nice. And then we have, I think I've got 2 or 3, maybe just 2 main varieties of pepper plants. I did a bell pepper and then also mini bells. I think I've got 3 different varieties of tomato plants. Row of celery plants that same friend that gave me the sage gave me the celery. We mixed in, we've got some white onions on the other side of the tomatoes and some red onions that are coming. We've got some parsley plants down here, a couple of basil plants, some hot peppers that I purchased that I still need to get in the ground. That's kind of the tomato pepper section. Lydia, would you like to talk about your section before we go back into mine again?
I have 4 tomato plants, and then I have some cabbages. That one got eaten.
Chester!
And then I got some watermelon plants, which are the ones with the those kind of leaves. And then these 4 are cantaloupe plants. And some more cabbages over here. 1 hot pepper. And then today I planted some kohlrabi, lettuce, broccoli, and carrots.
We're going to see how the whole spacing goes with having some of this stuff a little too close to the vining crops.
I might be able to put a fence though in front of these, and then keep the vining plants on their own side of the garden.
Thinking that maybe the vine will climb the fence,
or just
go vertical. Down here we have, besides the weeds, this is a section that I haven't gotten really into yet to get the weeds, but we have more broccoli. Over here we have some Brussels sprouts, which we love roasted. Well, Hank doesn't like them, but Dad and I and Lydia like roasted Brussels sprouts. Then we've got kohlrabi, some kohlrabi that I purchased, but then also some that I raised.
Look how big it is already, the bulb.
Yeah, you can get down in there and look at one of those purple kohlrabi bulbs.
Yum, 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 yum.
More broccoli. And then actually a row of beets that did not germinate very well. I tried a beet seed tape and they didn't do great, but I've got more tape. I'm gonna get more planted and see how it goes.
And then these are my 5 sunflowers.
Over here we have, I'm trying this year to trellis my cucumbers, and I have 3 different varieties of cucumber. These, if I remember correctly, are what they call alibi, and these are very small cucumbers for gherkin, small mini pickles. And that's what we're going to do with this, and then on the other side of the trellis we've got more plants.
Big garden.
We'll head south here, kind of. This is our asparagus patch, which is very off again. Off this point. And then if you want to look straight north here, this is a row of pole beans. This is a variety I've never tried before, and we've never tried the setup before. I've told Keith we may need a couple more poles, or we're going to have to tighten up the twine or something, just because I think the plants are already pulling on the twine just a little bit. The next row, again, a trellis. These are, if I remember correctly, more cucumbers. This is a straight 8 cucumber. This is a cantaloupe that I'm going to try to trellis this year. You'll have to, when you trellis cantaloupe, you need to cradle the fruit with a fabric or nylon, something like that, to kind of tie it up a little bit so it doesn't break off the vine.
This is my pumpkin.
Lydia's giant pumpkin plant.
Wilson's is bigger. Wilson's is 5-6 times bigger.
Well, Wilson's has been in the ground a lot longer. The next row are going to be a crookneck yellow squash, summer squash. And then these, I just planted this section last night. This is going to be a third variety of cucumber. Over in this section, I put in more winter squash, and then several hills, a couple hills of another type of cantaloupe. And then up to the north, I can show you just where I actually have some potatoes start to come. Potatoes went in extremely late for potatoes. And I actually have more to put in. I think I'm going to put up in Wilson's garden. Lydia, please do not walk in there. You're going to be walking on potato plants. Right here. This is a potato plant coming up. So the intention here will be to hill these some as they come up. I read this year that the longer the stem is underground, the longer length of stem that you have, actually, the larger your potatoes will be. We have just mulched the plants in the past so that you don't have to dig much for the potatoes. We've also hilled them before, but I think we'll do a little bit of hilling with these this time around again and see what happens. So I guess that's a quick little tour of what we've got going on in this part of the garden. You can see the other parts of Wilson's garden, which has more of our winter squash coming up and some watermelon up there. So that's it.
Thanks for watching.